EA strikes again. Yes, they got rid of another studio. Hi everybody, my name's NikoTheLegend, also known as this White Snowflake, and recently, a well-mannered teenager. That's a good one. I got it while I was streaming Gears of War with a buddy of mine. Anyway, we're here to talk about EA shuts down the studio behind Dead Space. But guess what? Visceral Games' Star Wars title will live on though. Oh, so Star Wars is okay. The game is great. Oh, it's no problem. They'll just move it to another place. It already sounds like I'm going on a tangent. But anyway, guys, just want to let you know that Visceral Games has been shut down by EA. The studio behind Dead Space, Battlefield Hardline, and the Godfather series. Gone. And, as you know, Visceral Games was working on a Star Wars game that was supposed to be a very linear experience, story-based, and you've seen a little bit of footage of it in, what was it, last year's E3, I think? Not this year's, obviously. We saw a lot of things we didn't want to see at this year's EA conference. But it was last year. We got a little glimpse of what Visceral Games was working on. Now, EA wants to shut down this studio and pivot the Star Wars title into a different studio. Actually, studios from all over the world, worldwide EA studios, are going to be working on it. People are going to have the jobs that were still working on it. Hopefully, not all of them, because you read in the article, it states that EA is going to try their best to get as many people to work on it that was on Visceral Games company, that were on the team. So some people are going to be losing jobs here. Great. You know, people that love Star Wars, they lost their job now. Now their work's going to go into some other company, some other EA branch. And this isn't something we have not seen before. Remember when a certain BioWare studio moved to EA Motive? Remember when that got shut down? BioWare Montreal? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I talked about that studio. And they moved to EA Motive. Oh, and guess what? Visceral Games shut down, moving to an actual EA studio. It seems now we have this black hole known as EA who just want to suck all of the third-party companies. These companies that used to be first-party, they're third-party now. Because they're just so obsolete to EA that they just want to eliminate as many resources as possible and just take all the resources that they've decided to shut down and just put it together into other EA studios. So all those other studios that had their own identity for the longest time, they're no more. Just gone. You know what? Mass Effect series, gone. Dead Space series, gone. Godfather series, gone. Battlefield Hardline, well, you know, gone. This is incredible. This is just so astounding to me. Like, you know the Pokemon attack, Astonished, and it can sometimes flinch people? I'm flinched. I'm flinched right now. The real question is, why? You know, EA just wants everything to be like them. Typical thing for EA to do. They want every gaming company to be like them. Talk about, you know, speaking of Mass Effect, you could just consider EA as a Reaper that are just trying to get Commander Shepard to just become a part of EA, symbiosis. Man, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's like you have no choice either. And there's a possibility you could lose your job. I mean, really, all for a Star Wars title? All for a fucking Star Wars title. We already have all these other EA studios working on Star Wars games. Motive, DICE, Visceral, they were all working on Star Wars. BioWare, they were all working on it. Now, I know BioWare itself isn't gone, but one of its big studios, Montreal, is gone. And then now, the whole Visceral Games studio is gone. That is gone, completely gone. It's just going to be like Lionhead Studios. these big companies, they never understand, truly, they never understand why their games aren't selling that much, or why isn't it doing that well. It's because these big corporations, their main primary focus is to, here's the punch phrase, expand it to a wide audience, to all demographics of all ages, to all people. And then guess what? You want to do that, and then you want to charge them for an EA pass or EA access or loot crates or season pass, because the stuff you add to it was stuff that should have been in it already. Battlefront 1, I'm sorry. Battlefield 1 is actually doing really good, besides the whole loot crate system and that. And we're probably going to see that same garbage in Battlefront 2 Star Wars, which I'm really disappointed, because I bought the game, right? Because I love Star Wars games, and the game actually looks really impressive and amazing. We just don't want microtransactions to fuck us over. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Quick story about Dead Space. It's the scariest fucking game I ever played. That's my quick story. And I love Dead Space. I love it, man. I don't play it every day, because scary games to me, there's only so many games scary games out there that I can make the journey multiple times, shitting my pants along the way. And Dead Space was one of those games where I was terrified the whole time. I played it right, turn off the lights, played at night, turn the fucking volume up, and played by yourself. I did that with Dead Space 3, 2, and 1. And it was the most haunting experience of my life, but at the same time, I wanted more, and because the games were so well developed. Now, say what you will about Dead Space 3, you can just be like, say what you will about Mass Effect 3, third time's a charm. Or it's like the Return of the Jedi of the Star Wars original trilogy. I really like the third games. I love Dead Space 3. I thought it was great, amazing co-op experience. It had a pretty great story. Gun customization, gameplay was great. Just people thought it wasn't that scary, but those are people that didn't play it. When you actually play the game, you shit your pants real fast. Anyway, I've never played Battlefield Hardline, so I don't know too much about that. I never cared for it, and I was really disappointed that the Visceral Games was going to focus on a shooter game like that. But who was holding the reins? Who was holding them by the chain collar? Fucking EA. And then the Godfather series. Well, Godfather 3 didn't do that well. It seems like EA has trouble with their trilogies. It's really funny that way. Dead Space 3, Mass Effect 3, Godfather 3. Oh, there is no Godfather. I was thinking of Mafia. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm retarded. I apologize. But still, in the Godfather series, I read some stuff about that back in the day, that people really did like the Godfather games. It was just such a well-known series, Dead Space was. $60 million went into Dead Space 2, and it sold 4 million copies. That is a lot. I know it's been out for a while, but for scary... Okay, here's the thing. Sci-fi games mixed with horror never do good at any type of entertainment. Whatever styles. Movies, well, books are the only exception. Games... TV shows, sci-fi, anything sci-fi related is really hard to appeal to a crowd, because people don't like seeing that futuristic stuff. For some reason, a lot of people just don't like it, because they like to live in the here and now, per se. People that don't know much about history don't like old shows that take place in the past, and medieval type shows. A lot of people don't like fantasy. They really don't. They like to live in their everyday world, living in a cubicle at their 8-to-5 job. No offense to anybody out there that does that. Okay? But I'm just saying, those are the people that don't really like that. They like watching everyday type shows. Jersey Shore. Ugh. God. How dare you people. Anyway. So now that this place is shut down, what other studio are they going to shut down? Oh, I've been waiting for a Dead Space 4 for so long. I keep going back to Dead Space because I mean, you can see it right here. Visceral Games is best known for Dead Space. Everybody knows that. That's played Dead Space and plays video games. They know Dead Space. They know how terrifying it is. Dead Space 4 was such a big possibility for a game. And you know what? They would even comment on what's going on with the Dead Space franchise. Just like Microsoft with the Fable franchise. But guess what? There's a Fable card game coming out that's made by a different company that's not Lionhead, but also sponsored by Microsoft. And did we ever even hear anything about a fucking card game for Fable? Did we ever want one? No. That's called chump change. That's called making money off a franchise that's dead. It's just like you just see a dead body in the ground, you hold it up, you're like, hey, I'm still alive, but they're dead, and it's just some guy just pulling a string, from far away. God, beating a dead horse. Man, EA is, oh God. It doesn't help that, we're losing our favorite franchise. We're just getting tainted with this stuff. Okay, obviously I can go on even more and more. But guys, EA has shut down Visceral Games Studio. I'll just wrap it up with that. I want to hear what you guys think about it. What were your favorite moments of Dead Space? Are you ever going to play Dead Space? Now that it's going to be definitely a cult classic. By the way, this is how a franchise becomes a martyr, like Dead Space. Bet you anything, a lot of people are going to start playing Dead Space again because they're going to want it back. They don't want it dead. Space. Get it? It's just living up to the damn title. Same with Battlefield Hardline and The Godfather. This is how you get people scratching their head. So, guys, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. And I want to say fuck you, EA. Fuck it. Fuck you, EA. See you guys.